I'd like to believe I'm a fairly healthy person, and
Fairly
healthy person.
Fairly healthy.
And I've led my life not knowing the principles of attraction.
But you know them now, and now is where your point of attraction is. So nothing that was before is important at all in comparison with what's going on right now. Correct.
One thing bothers me, though.
We'll activate that right now. Let's muddy up the water right now with this. Let's bring that from wherever it has been right into the now.
So not try to find answers.
We're playing with you, sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
But when someone starts out with one thing that bothers me, it's sort of like, here, taste this, it's terrible. And the more you hate it, the more I'm going to give it to you every day.
Yeah, everything was working out just fine until I had
Didn't dissuade.
Until, yeah.
See, this is a good thing to talk about, because what is the ravenous nature? The law of attraction is a very powerful thing, isn't it? Something gets activated in your vibration, and whether you want it or not, it's sort of kind of there. Think about it, those of you who are listening in. It's like this that we're about to hear about has been coming into vibrational clarity. It's already burst into his mind. It's about to burst into your mind as he speaks it. And at the birthing point, it's sort of like the baby's ready to be born. Hard to hold it back, isn't it? And so you want to get out ahead of it. If something's been bothering you, then if you can, find the other end of that stick and activate that.
As I said, I'm a really happy person all through my life, not knowing.
Yeah.
And then I had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And that hurt the family so much. It didn't as much, except for the idea of popping pills now for the rest of my life and all of that. That changed, even though I didn't know the vibration of negativity that much, because I thought I was just leading a normal life and a happy life, that kind of thing. It changed.
Most people believe in decline. And most people associate decline with factors like age, going through time, that sort of thing. Decline is not a necessary thing, even if it begins to show evidence. In other words, your power is all right here and now. So can you tell us, did the experience, the unwanted experience, did it give birth to any fresher or stronger desires?
No.
Well then, it's been really nice knowing you. Of course it did. Of course it did. It didn't give you a greater appreciation of life, physical life?
The family went through a lot of pain during that time, and that was unnecessary, I thought, even though I'd never really invited that vibration myself.
Is that a feeling of regret when you say the family?
Yes.
So the thing about regret, it's truly a wasted emotion, because as you focus on something unwanted, I didn't want to have a heart attack. I didn't mean to have a heart attack. I didn't mean for my family to worry about me. I didn't mean for my family to suffer for me. But you're keeping that active in the vibration unnecessarily. You said it was sort of unnecessary for them to go through all that pain, and so it's unnecessary for you to keep it going through expectation. Do you believe that what happened has charted a specific and absolute course? We're going to give you something. Esther was chewing on this with friends at dinner last night. It's something that's been hatching, and it came this morning as she was working on the book. So we're going to give it to you here. We haven't talked about this way before. You get the idea of what you think is how you feel, and how you feel is what you get. That's a logical basis, and it's a simple way to sort of start this conversation. So now, let's talk about a wish. And can you tell us, is a wish stronger than a hope, or is a hope stronger than a wish? Nitpicking, they're pretty close, but just a wish, I wish for that, I hope for that. Which feels stronger? I wish. I hope.
I believe.
Well, it could go either way, really. A wish is sort of a wondering thing. A hope is getting hold of it and having a little more skin in the game, so to speak. But a wish is lighter, and then a hope. Now, what about a dream? A wish, a hope, a dream. Can you feel that a dream has more momentum? I sort of wondered and wished, and then I sort of hoped, but then I started dreaming about it. And now a desire, an intent. Can you feel how it's softer, but it's becoming more and more? So we want you to feel with us as we just play this word game, the difference in the intensity of the vibration behind the words. Make sense to you? Now, so let's say you weren't very clear, but you got clear and you got clear and you got clear. In other words, you wished for a good life, you hoped for a good life, then something sort of challenged that, and you began focusing more, and now you're really intending and desiring for a strong, healthy life. Can you feel how you've shored up some vibration? So that's the asking part. When you ask, it is given. But now, what else are you doing? Well, there are other people around you who influence you. Your family's suffering. You already mentioned that. So let's say that you have brought yourself through life experience to a strong desire intention. And let's say that it's strong within you. Maybe you've been talking with us and we are certain about your well-being. You're right there. And so you could say that with that intention that is strong within you, that there is a feeling of certainty about your well-being. Just feel that for a minute. Feel what a strong desire and certainty feels like. Can you feel it? Now let's back off of certainty a little bit as we're talking to the peanut gallery, parents and doctors and anybody else who's involved in making their decisions about me based upon what other people are doing. They mean well, they just don't help in that regard. And so now that I'm sort of listening, now my intent that felt sure now feels probable, maybe probable. But as I keep talking, well, maybe it's possible. And as I keep talking more, well, now it's unlikely. You get to decide where it is. You get to decide how strong the desire is, and you get to decide what you do with the desire once it's hatched within you. And that is what equals what everyone is living. There are people with desires that they've just listened to so many others and taking score of what is for so long and not focused on the laws of the universe and not been steady enough that they just don't believe. And so it's just unlikely, whether it's a wish or a hope or a dream or a desire, it's not likely that it's going to burst onto the manifested scene because it's muddy. Because the lazy thoughts, the picking up the thoughts of others, the watching statistics have nothing to do with you. It doesn't matter what anybody else has done with anything because they have had these combinations of maybe it's a strong desire, maybe it's a little fluffy wish. Do you know a little fluffy wish with no doubt will come true every time? Butterflies. If you've got just a little fluffy wish and you're not contradicting it with any doubtful thought, it's going to come about. That's why people can create stuff they don't care about. But when you really care about it, you're more likely to introduce clutter into the vibrational mix and at least hold off the evidence that could be there otherwise. Esther's best friend had a heart attack. Surprised them all. Didn't seem like him. But Esther feels his vitality more than any person she knows because his intention changed so powerfully. And he pays attention to his thoughts. He pays attention to all aspects of his life because it focused him into a place of strong decision, and Esther can feel it every time she's around him. She can't even find a little particle of worry about him. If she decided that she was going to be worried about him because she likes him and she'd like him to hang around, it couldn't even penetrate his atmosphere because he stands in such a strong place of knowing his well-being. And she often says to him, you're in better shape than any of us because you made a decision. The rest of us are just wondering how we're doing. Good?
Good. Thank you.